यूँ तो हर साल की तरह आज भी हमारे विद्यालय में 73वां गणतंत्र दिवस मनाया जा रहा है। इसी के उपलक्ष्य में सभी विद्यालय के कर्मचारी, अध्यापक, वरणगणों को मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और उनको बैठने के लिए मैं उनसे अनुरोध करता हूं। तो भारत को आज़ादी तो 1947 में मिली थी, लेकिन 1950 में भारत के अनेक राज्यों को एकत्रित कर हर साल क्या है 26 जनवरी के दिन गणतंत्र दिवस मनाया जाता है। उसी के उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर पधारे हुए सभी अध्यापक वृंदगणों को मैं स्वागत करता हूँ और विद्यालय के प्राचार्य जी को भी स्वागत करता हूँ। तो स्वागत भाषण के लिए मैं हेमंत सर को मंच के ऊपर आमंत्रित करता हूँ।
Today is a very auspicious occasion for all of us, all the countrymen, because we are celebrating 73rd Republic Day for our country. This day marks the way before 1950 our country turned into a sovereign state, and since then we are celebrating this day as a Republic Day with a great pomp and jest. Unfortunately, today we don't have children with us. The whole world is fighting with the pandemic, and so we are also. But still, we are going to celebrate it with a great pomp. For this program, I welcome behalf of all JNV Bidar Parivar, today's chief guest, our principal sir, Sri T. Rajeshwar Rao sir. I welcome all the staff members this year's occasion. And I request now to begin the program with the flag hosting. Thank you.
हमारे विद्यालय के प्राचार्य जी और यहाँ के आज के जो मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में पधारे सर को मैं तिरंगा फहराने के लिए उन्हें आकर्षित करता हूँ।
celebrating 73rd Republic Day celebrations. Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, K. Rajeshwar Rao, Principal JNV Bidar, my dear learned colleagues and my dear students. Today it's a great occasion throughout the country. We are still remembering the sacrifices made by the freedom fighters. So in this regard, I am requesting all of you to take the oath. That is the first part. Please take the pledge. All of you should stand up. Constitution of India, Preamble. We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuming the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day, November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and to give ourselves this Constitution. Okay, thanks. So here, what we have mentioned is, ours is a democratic setup. Democracy, as our former American President Abraham Lincoln said, it's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So it is we are the electing representatives, so they are going to run the government on the behalf of people. So real power lies with the people. If they are not satisfied with the government, they can throw it. So our Constitution, main thing is, it is one of the lengthiest Constitution, and moreover it is rigid as well as flexible also. So it contains the directive principles of the state policy, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and citizenship, all these things. So altogether, we are having 985 preambles, articles, and all these things are included. And at the same time, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that then the law minister of independence in India, is the who had given this constitution for our country. Really, it's one of the wonderful moment. He has studied a lot before giving the conclusion what type of government is needed for our country. Before the Constituent Assembly, actually we have two Governor General. One is Lord Mountbatten, afterwards Sri Rajagopalachari. So last and the first Governor General of Free India. And next one is Dr. B. Rajendra Prasad, is the first President of Indian Republic. Even though we Constituent Assembly adopted in 1949 November, it came into existence in 26 January 1950. So from this day onwards, we are marking it as a Republic Day, and our country is the largest democracy in the world also. So that is one of the main futures of our country. At the same time, what I want to remember is, we have already taken the preambles. So what is, once Nehru told, instead of asking what you have done for what country has done for you, you have to pose a question to yourself, what your contribution for the country. So that reminds us the fundamental duties of a citizen. People are always bothered about the rights, but nobody is going to bother about the duties. Duties are the part and the parcel of the system. So that's what I mean to say, that first of all, before posing anything, first of all, we have to introspect ourselves. What's our contribution for the development of the nation? That is one of the main things. At the same time, we have to see the sacrifices made by the freedom fighters. Because of that only we are able to live at this. So in this happier moment, we are liberated from the clutches of the British Empire. Same time, so once even officer-like qualities, what I want to say that is, once I entered OTA, Officer Training Academy in Nagpur, there what they have mentioned is, just like in Navodaya, learn to come and live to serve. There, the officer-like quality, what they have mentioned is the honor, dignity, and the welfare of the country comes first. The honor, dignity, and the welfare of the man who commands come next. Your own honor, dignity, and welfare always comes to be the last. So that shows what an officer-like quality should be. So first of all, nation comes first. Next comes the people who are commanding. At the same time, now your own honor is always respect to the rest. Even with regard to our organization also, we can say like this. So honor, dignity, and the welfare of the country comes first. The honor, dignity, and the welfare of the organization you serve comes next. And your own honor, dignity, and welfare always comes to be the last. So that is what I want to say that. So in this happy moment, I am wishing all my colleagues and students very happy Republic Day. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद सर। सर ने किस प्रकार भारत देश को एकत्रता करने में किन किन का योगदान था, महान पुरुषों के नाम बताते हुए सर जी ने यहाँ हम लोगों तक यहाँ संदेश पहुँचाया। सर को धन्यवाद। और जवाहर महोदय हम यानी हमारे विद्यालय के म्यूजिक टीचर मैडम यानी प्रोजेक्टर मैडम को मैं यहाँ अपने विचार और मंत्र प्रकट करने के लिए उन्हें आमंत्रित करता हूँ। मैडम
हरिवा जलवंदे भूमितायु वंदे हरिवा जलवंदे बीसुव गाड़ी वंदे जलिसुव मनुकुल वंदे बीसुव गाड़ी वंदे जलिसुव मनुकुल वंदे ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರು ಇವರು ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರು ಇವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದೇ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಸೂಯೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸ್ನೇಹವ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ನೋಡ. ದ್ವೇಷ ಅಸೂಯೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸ್ನೇಹವ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ನೋಡ. ಎಡರು ಕೊಡಲು ಏನೇ ಬರಲಿ, ಗುರುವಿನ ದಯವೊಂದಿರಲಿ. ಎಡರು ಕೊಡಲು ಏನೇ ಬರಲಿ, ಗುರುವಿನ ದಯವೊಂದಿರಲಿ. ನಮಗೂ ನಿಮಗೂ ಅವಗೂ ಇವಗೂ, ನಮಗೂ ನಿಮಗೂ ಅವಗೂ ಇವಗೂ ಗುರುವಿನ ದಯವೊಂದಿರಲಿ, ಗುರುವಿನ ದಯವೊಂದಿರಲಿ. ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ.
धन्यवाद मैडम। म्यूजिक टीचर की यही खासियत होती है। देखिए मैडम को आके यहाँ पर तकरीबन 2-3 महीना ही हुआ, लेकिन उन्होंने कन्नड़ में गीत सुनाकर हम लोगों का उनके तरफ आकर्षित कर दिया। और हमारे विद्यालय के और एक मैडम जी श्रुति मैडम को मैं स्पीच देने के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूँ।
Respected Principal Sir, revered senior most teacher, eminent and most valuable colleagues, and dear students, a very good morning and happy Republic Day to all. I consider it a rare honor and privilege, and I'm humbled to be able to stand on this podium and utter a few words on this great occasion. On this very special day in 1950, 72 years before, the Constitution was adopted and our country materialized itself into a republic. 1947, August 15 was indeed significant for our country, yet I believe it only marked the beginning of a long journey, a momentous one that culminated in the integration and unification of this big nation. A journey Indian citizens to select their own government. The day, Jan 26, remains one of the power vested in the hands of the citizens of India, with its governing principle of the people, for the people, and by the people. Making the Constitution the holy book of Indian Republic was by no means an easy task. It required highest statecraft, statesmanship, scholarship, and intellectual acumen, endowed with a flood of knowledge of the history of nations in the given context, and working of the Constitution in the democratic, totalitarian, dictatorship, and other forms of government. The draft Constitution was the result of the collective effects of a galaxy of great leaders and legal scholars in the Constituent Assembly, such as Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, B.R. Ambedkar, Sardar Patel, B.N. Rao, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, etc. Considering the depth of his acumen and scholarship, on August 29, 1947, Dr. Ambedkar was appointed the chairman of the drafting committee that was constituted by the Constituent Assembly to draft a constitution for independent India. Owing to his seminal role in the framing of the Indian Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar is popularly known all over India as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Speaking after the completion of his work, Ambedkar said, "I feel the Constitution is workable. It is flexible and it is strong enough to hold the country together, both in peace and in wartime." According to Ambedkar, the Constitution is not just a basic law of the governance of the country. Rather, it was a vehicle of the nation's progress, reflecting the best in the past traditions of the country to cope with the needs of the present and possessing enough resilience to meet the needs of the future. Our Constitution is a flexible, living organ open to amendments when situation demands. An inspiring preamble to it guarantees justice, economic and political unity, liberty and fraternity to the people of the country. India consists of identities more varied and often in conflict with each other. To create a nation out of this differentiated and unequal populace was an ambitious and mammoth task. Yet, the founders of the nation embarked upon that adventurous journey. This is a day to reflect whether, as stakeholders of our country, have we helped in any way to fulfill the egalitarian social order guaranteed by our constitution. As responsible individuals and educators, have we imposed our identity and ideology on others rather than respecting and guiding others around us? Are we on the right path of our constitution has showed us, or have we gone astray? Let's reflect and ask ourselves whether we still hold the firm belief in the sacredness of our mission. Thank you and Jai Hind.
श्रुति मैडम ने किस प्रकार हमारे संविधान को अमल में लाने के लिए किस प्रकार किन किन लोगों का योगदान था उसके बारे में बताया। धन्यवाद मैडम जी। और हमारे विद्यालय के यानी स्तंभ माने जाने वाले हमारे विद्यालय के सबके चहीते हमारे विद्यालय के प्राचार्य जी को मैं यहाँ पर आमंत्रित करता हूँ कि यहाँ आकर अपना मंतव्य विचार प्रकट करें।
My dear learned colleagues and loving children, today we are celebrating 73rd Republic Day celebrations. On this auspicious occasion, I will express hearty welcome to you all. Children, we got independence in 1947. After that, great efforts made by our Constitution Committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and they got so many rules and regulations from different nations' constitution and made it India as a rigid constitution as well as flexible. Our Indian constitution is a sovereign, secular, democratic and republic. Children, you know about Indian Preamble. It says unity in diversity. So, our forefathers, with united efforts, they brought independence to our own India as well as to rule on our own Indian Constitution enacted on this day. So, children, today's children are tomorrow's citizens of our India. And today's children are the asset to our India. So children, be united and concentrate on your work and face the challenges and ensure that our India must be a free India from all the hurdles. Children, now we are facing so many problems in India. They are unemployment, poverty, inequality, racialization, etc. etc. We got independence and enacted the constitution. But even though we are having some of the differences, the children has to learn, read the books, and work for to shut down all the inequalities and to come up with the great efforts to lead India as one of the superpower in the world. So children, once again, I am extending best wishes on the eve of 73rd Republic Day celebration. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind, and Jai India. Thank you.
सर ने हम लोगों तक यह संदेश पहुंचाया है कि किस प्रकार यहाँ हमारा देश आगे बढ़ता जा रहा है और वर्ल्ड में हमारा देश भी एक दिन नाम करेगा। सर को धन्यवाद। अब अंत में कन्नड़ के अध्यापक गिरीश सर को मैं आमंत्रित करता हूँ।
ಬದುಕುವುದಾದರೆ ಹುಲಿಗಳಂತೆ ಬದುಕಿ, ಏಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಬಲಿ ಕೊಡುವುದು ಈ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ, ಹುಲಿಗಳನ್ನಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಕಿಚ್ಚಿನ ಒಂದು ಚಿಲುಮೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ BR ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಈ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನೆಯುತ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ 73ನೇ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ ಇಂದು ನಾನು ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನ ವಹಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಅಚ್ಚುಮೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದ ಡಿ ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರ ರಾವ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇಂದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಮುಂದಿನ ನಾಗರಿಕರು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಋಣವನ್ನು ತೀರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಶ್ರಮ ಪಡಬೇಕು ತಂದು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯ ಚಿಲುಮೆಯನ್ನ ತುಂಬಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೀಮೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರುತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ ನಾಡಿನ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ನಾವು ಇಂದು ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಶ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಪಟ್ಟು ಅದರ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇದು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ತಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ವಿಶೇಷಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭೀಮೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರುತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಜಕ್ತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ ಮರಾಠಿ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತಂದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಡಿದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಶ್ರಮ ವಹಿಸಿ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಭಾವುಸರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾಲಕ ಪೋಷಕರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದನ್ನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಭಾರತ್.
धन्यवाद गिरीश सर को. अब सब लोगों को थोड़ा 5 मिनट के लिए यही रुकना है. अल्प उपहार दिया जाएगा सबको. वहां पर दिलीप दीजिए सर.